The rain always seemed to mirror my mood these days. Pattering against the windowpane, a constant, insistent rhythm of discontent. It started subtly, a missed phone call, a vague excuse for being late. Small cracks in the foundation of our life, easily dismissed at first. I told myself it was stress, work. But now, the cracks are widening, revealing something far more unsettling. A feeling of distance, a growing chasm between us that I couldn't bridge. I felt like an observer in my own home, a ghost in my own life. The scent of her perfume, once comforting, now felt like a cruel reminder of what I was losing, or perhaps, what I had already lost. I followed her. Not intentionally, not at first. Just a casual detour on my way home from a late meeting. But the sight of her, so effortlessly radiant, laughing with another man, it felt like a punch to the gut. The marketplace, a kaleidoscope of life and energy, only amplified the emptiness inside me. The way she looked, the way she moved, it was as if a part of her had been transplanted, blossoming in a different soil. I wanted to turn away, to pretend I hadn't seen anything. But I couldn't. I was frozen, a silent spectator to the unraveling of my world. The call felt like a necessary evil. A confrontation I'd been dreading for weeks. Each ring of the phone was a hammer blow to my composure. I rehearsed what I would say 1,000 times in my head, but the words caught in my throat. The silence on the other end was deafening, each second stretching into an eternity. It was the moment the carefully constructed facade of our marriage shattered into a million pieces. A fragile, desperate plea for answers. The aftermath was clinical. A series of carefully worded denials, half-truths, and evasions. She painted a picture of unhappiness, of feeling suffocated. A narrative that conveniently omitted the years of shared laughter, of whispered secrets, of unwavering support. I felt betrayed, not just by her infidelity, but by the deception, the calculated manipulation. The silence in the house was unbearable, a constant reminder of the void she had created. We had so much. A beautiful home, successful careers, friends who loved us. We built a life together, brick by brick, filled with dreams and aspirations. Looking back at those photographs, it's hard to believe how quickly things could unravel. How easily love can be misplaced, forgotten, or simply replaced. The weight of those lost moments pressed down on me, a crushing burden of regret. Sleep became a luxury. Every night was a torment of fragmented memories, of whispered conversations, of the ghost of her touch. I wandered through the city like a lost soul, searching for answers I knew I would never find. The world felt alien, disconnected. The people around me seemed oblivious to the storm raging inside. The truth was a brutal, unwelcome guest. It shattered the illusions I had carefully constructed, revealing a reality far more painful than I could have imagined. I had trusted her, loved her, believed in her. And she had repaid that trust with betrayal. The shards of her deception cut deep, leaving wounds that might never heal. I replayed every moment, every interaction, searching for clues, for warning signs. Had I missed something? Had I been blind to the subtle shifts in her behavior? The questions swirled in my mind, relentless and unforgiving. The silence of the kitchen was punctuated only by the ticking of the clock, each tick a reminder of the time slipping away. I decided to leave. Not as a punishment, but as a necessity. I needed space, time to process the devastation, to rebuild my life. The plane ticket was a symbol of that departure, a step towards an uncertain future. A future without her, without the life we had once shared. The journey was solitary, a pilgrimage into the unknown. I walked for days, putting distance between myself and the wreckage of our marriage. The vastness of the landscape mirrored the emptiness inside me. Each step was a testament to my resilience, a refusal to be consumed by grief. The memories lingered, like ghosts in the corners of my mind. The scent of her perfume, the sound of her laughter, the warmth of her embrace. Each memory a bittersweet reminder of what I had lost, of what could never be recovered. I didn't understand how someone I loved so deeply could inflict such pain. How could she choose another? The question haunted me, a constant source of confusion and anger. It felt like a personal failure, a reflection of something lacking within myself. The legal proceedings were a formality, a cold, impersonal process that felt utterly detached from the emotional turmoil raging inside me. Watching her testify, seeing her portray herself as the victim, was a painful, surreal experience. The truth was a tangled web of lies and half-truths. I sought solace in the bottom of a glass, trying to numb the pain, to silence the voices in my head. The bar was a refuge, a temporary escape from the relentless reality of my situation. But the emptiness inside remained, a constant ache that no amount of alcohol could fill. Slowly, painstakingly, I began to rebuild. Not the life we had lost, but a new life, a life built on resilience and self-discovery. The sunrise was a symbol of hope, a promise of a new beginning. A chance to heal, to move forward, to find peace. I found solace in the simple things, in the rhythm of the seasons, in the beauty of nature, in the quiet satisfaction of nurturing life. The garden became my sanctuary, a place to escape the noise and chaos of the world. I rediscovered my passion for art, finding a creative outlet for my emotions. The sketching became a form of therapy, a way to process my pain and to make sense of the unraveling. I sought adventure, pushing myself physically and mentally. The mountains offered a challenge, a way to test my limits, to prove that I could overcome anything. I found purpose in giving back, in helping others. The act of kindness, of compassion, brought a sense of fulfillment that I hadn't felt in years. I learned to accept the past, to forgive myself and her. Not to forget, but to release the bitterness and resentment that had held me captive for so long. There was a quiet sadness, a lingering ache for what could have been. But it was no longer a consuming pain. It was simply a memory, a chapter closed. I realized that healing wasn't about forgetting, but about learning to live with the scars. That even in the aftermath of heartbreak, there was still beauty, still hope, still the possibility of a brighter future. A future built on strength, resilience, and self-acceptance.